Today I'm going to be talking about Tortles from the reprint in the Monsters of the Multiverse, starting with their flavor text. Turtles have a saying, "We wear our homes on our backs." These turtle folk live on many worlds, most often journeying up and down coasts, along waterways, and across the sea. Turtles don't have a unified story of how they were created, but they all have a sense of being mystically connected to the natural world. Carrying their shelter on their backs gives turtles a special feeling of security wherever they go, for even if they visit a far unknown country, they have a place to lay their heads. Turtles exhibit the same range of coloration and patterns found among turtles, and many turtles enjoy adorning their shells in distinctive ways. As a turtle, we gain the following traits. We are a humanoid, medium or small, we choose when we select the race. Movement speed of 30 feet. We get claws, D6 slashing damage for our unarmed strikes. Hold breath, we can hold our breath for up to an hour. We naturally have an AC of 17 and can still wear a shield, but we cannot wear light, medium, or heavy armor. We get nature's intuition, which we get to choose one out of the following skills to be proficient in: animal handling, medicine, nature, perception, stealth, or survival. Finally, we get shell defense. You can withdraw into your shell as an action. Until you emerge, you gain a +4 bonus to your AC, and you have advantage on strength and constitution saving throws. While in your shell, you are prone. Your speed is 0 and can't increase. You have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. You can't take reactions, and the only action you can take is a bonus action to emerge from your shell. I'm just going to say it right off the bat that the big selling point for Turtles is that naturally 17 AC with a shield can be 19. That is fantastic on some classes. The most notable of which to me is Druid. One of the Druid's weaknesses, they don't have many, one of their weaknesses is that they have low AC, kind of helps balance them out, and the Tortle just completely ignores this by letting them start the game with 19 AC. 17 AC for people without a shield and 19 for people with a shield is pretty much fantastic on anyone besides people who are using plate armor. So if you are a heavy armor strength based melee fighter, you may not want to be a Tortle because you want to take advantage of that heavy armor, but everyone else, it's probably either equaling their AC or buffing it. Other exceptions are people who have different ways of gaining AC, like unarmored defense from monks or unarmored defense from barbarians, but even with those classes, with certain builds, the bonus to your AC can enable things. I think barbarians are often running around 15 AC if they're doing point buy, so getting +2 AC for the majority of the game, most games in any case, is still actually quite good. So I'd say the Turtles really fit well with about half the classes, and the other half they kind of struggle with, being paladins, heavy weapon fighters, or heavy armor fighters more specifically. Monks they don't do great with because most monks are starting out with 16 AC and are going to have that same 17 AC by 4th level. So yeah, about half the cast is really going to appreciate that AC. Some of the cast more than others, namely the no armor full casters. Speaking of those full casters, for someone like a wizard or a sorcerer, this allows you to not take mage armor and still have gray AC, which is going to allow us to be a little bit more flexible with our first level spells. Moving into our other features, holding your breath for an hour is situationally useful if you need to go underwater or if you need to hold your breath from toxins, for example. The D6 unarmed strike is just what it is, just kind of a little bit of a bonus. Probably won't come up often, but may come up every now and again. We're usually not going to be a strength-based build as a Tortle. Nature's intuition, just a simple skill, probably going to take either stealth or perception. They tend to be the best out of that list. And the next interesting feature is shell defense. Now, shell defense has a lot of downsides. It means we only have one action we can take. We can't take reactions. We can't move. We have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Sure, we get +4 to our AC, but if they're attacking us in melee, they have advantage. If they're attacking us at range, they have disadvantage though, and +4 AC. So really what this is coming down to is it's strong protection against ranged attacks at the sacrifice of quite a bit. I do not see us using this often, but I have heard of people coming up with probably gimmicky but honestly hilarious builds where one player has a floating disc spell going and the Tortle sits up on the floating disc with, you know, they might be an artificer with the artillerist cannons and they're like this tank. I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous, but I have heard of builds around this, but they tend to be silly. Another idea is you get a concentration spell going and then you go into your shell, but I don't see that as good as just taking the dodge action. Taking the dodge action, people are going to have disadvantage on all attacks against you, and you have advantage on dexterity saving throws instead of disadvantage, and you can still move so that they can't just summon an area of effect spell around you and you're absolutely boned because you can't really get out of it. The fact that it takes your action to get into this really does make it a bit terrible. Honestly, as far as features go, this one is more often a downside than it is an upside. But I would like you guys to prove me wrong. Give me your shell defense build in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. But with that, I just hope you have yourselves a wonderful day and I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy. See you later.